Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're doing a very exciting one. I am creating free looks for the new Pat McGrath Labs Mothership VIII Divine Rose 2. I finally got it and I jumped on it. So I'm gonna create free looks. I'm going to show you live swatches and we'll do comparison swatches at the end of the video to give you an idea of the shades. We're gonna talk a little bit about the adventure to get this beauty here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support, your comments, and I know a lot of you were looking forward to this video. And yes, there it is finally. So I was excited too. I was impatient to get my palette and touch all those beautiful shades and play with those. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I would love for you to subscribe, and you can also follow me on Instagram. Don't forget to click the little bell right here next to the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any new uploads, and especially if you are a Pat McGrath Labs fan, I have lots of videos, like lots of different looks, like multiple looks for one palette. And without any further ado, let's get started. Ta-da! Finally arrived in the mail today, and oh my, what a journey. I know a lot of you are really disappointed with the launch once again. Probably heard about it already, so I'm not gonna blab about it for too long. But basically, I was like you guys. I was up at, well, for me it was 6 a.m. and I was refreshing the page on our website until boom, it's available. I put it right away in my cart in a hurry, so stressful. Like, that experience is, it's not pleasant. Like, it's borderline ridiculous because it's supposed to be a nice experience to purchase something from her brand. But anyway, I was on my phone and my laptop and put the limited edition packaging, like the rose gold packaging, in my cart, go to checkout, put all my info, which is already pre-filled because I have an account on their website, and boom, pay, come on, go for it. First of all, the 10% off code, which was Bloom10, did not work. Okay, whatever, like, just check out, pay, just pay. And then I see the little logo, for the loading moment, and I'm like, yes, it was to be expected. Everybody's on our website, but let's chill. Let's just wait. Don't refresh the page until, like, it says, your palette is not available anymore. I'm like, what? So I'm like, I go back. Of course, the limited edition is sold out, and I really wanted the rose gold packaging. I'm a YouTuber, I'm a Pat McGrath Labs fan, I'm a huge fan of her brand. So what did I do? I got the bundle. And I got a second Divine Rose 1 with my Divine Rose 2, but I got them. So I don't know yet what I'm gonna do with the Divine Rose 1. I obviously don't really need it. Now the packaging is really pretty. I'll show you right now, although it's not the star of the show today, but look at that. So pretty. I got the rose gold palette, but I had to buy the bundle. The box kind of arrived a tiny bit damaged, so I would have to play with some tape, which is a bummer for me because I love her packagings, and if you know me, I keep all of her boxes. Ta-da! It's so pretty. So it's so reflective. It's a beautiful, beautiful packaging. I don't want to tease you too much with it because I know a lot of you are frustrated. She should have just made all her palettes for the Divine Rose and this rose gold, and that way nobody would have been upset because I believe it's the same price as the black packaging, and on top of that, well, in the bundle you saved a bit of money. So this is how she looks like. Gorgeous. I'm really excited about it. I took off the protective little plastic here on the mirror, but there she is. And this is how the shadows look like. So you can see this beauty here, the trichrome eyeshadow here. So we're gonna obviously do swatches, and I'll do comparison swatches towards the end of the video probably. Divine Rose 1, Divine Rose 2 next to each other. And yeah, you can see there's a difference. Obviously this one is way more neutral, muted, easy to wear for every day, and this one has a bit more fun colors. That's the first palette that she describes as an artistry palette. It's always sad to swatch the palette when it's like brand new, but at the same time very exciting. So anyway, we're gonna go for it. Skin Show Rose Opal has a nice pearl peach rose effect. Naked Blush, very pretty color. Eleganza, ooh, very nice indeed. And I'm not wearing blush on purpose, so we might use that Naked Blush or Rose Seduction on the cheeks too. Then we have the shade Bronze Rosé 005, Gold Lust 001. So this one, I have a single one because I purchased the kit that it came with. It's a beautiful gold. Now I know people are getting a bit tired of gold, and to be honest, well, I would have preferred to see something different, you know, like a VR shade, but like, or super sparkly shade, but maybe with a shift to, you know, something a bit Lila, peachy, I don't know, something a bit different. Extreme Burgundy, and immediately I'm thinking of Extreme Aubergine, so we'll have to compare those. Very pigmented. Then we have the shade Divine Dusk, so it's more bronzy than the shade Eleganza. It's very pretty actually. It has like a little lila sparkles onto that bronzy base. Then we have the shade Rose Seduction, that is not safe in the immediate eye area. Ooh, very pretty. VR Sextra Terrestrial. Oh, that's a fun shade. And yes, we all know indie brands did it before. And the last one, Astral Pink Moon. It's one of a super glittery wet formula. I wish we had another formula like this instead of that gold, but this one is beautiful. Here are the 10 shades of Mothership VIII Divine Rose 2. Here with a flashlight. Alright, I'm really excited about these swatches. I think all the shades swatch beautifully, and I'm gonna keep it right here so I can see the colors and figure out what looks I'm gonna come up with. So for this first look, the obvious start, Naked Blush. I'm gonna use a Sephora Pro Featherweight Crease brush number 38. That is pigmented, and I'm going to place it in the crease. I'm not going to be overly precise, and it doesn't matter if it goes on the lid too, because we're going to cover it. Pick up some more. Oh, that is a lovely color. It's blending really, really nicely. So then I'm going to go to Extreme Burgundy with a Sonia Kashuk blending brush. I'm going to tap once because it's very pigmented and I started but the camera did not record. And I'm going to place it in the outer corner. And I'm going to drag it to the crease. I'm going to take my first brush and make sure everything is blended together. So far, no problem at all. Like, it's blending really, really well. If you go too strong right off the bat, it will be hard for you to blend. Let's see how easy it is to work with that shade. So nice. Then I'm gonna go to the shade, do I want Divine Dusk or Eleganza? Let's go for Divine Dusk. And I'm gonna apply it onto the lid. Oh, that's very pretty. And you can use a brush, but I always find with this kind of formula, you have a bigger impact with the finger. Really like this this shade, Divine Dusk. I think it's so pretty. Now I want to intensify a tiny bit the outer corner again, so I'm going to go back to the shade Extreme Burgundy, just to bring back the dimension here. In the outer corner and the crease. Using my first brush again just to blend. I'm not adding anything on it. Quickly, I'm going to work a bit on the lower lash line. I'm going to take a Sony G Pencil Pro brush and I'm going to go to the first shade, Naked Blush. So easy to blend, but also to build up if you want something a bit more intense. With Extreme Burgundy and the same brush, I'm just going to put a tiny bit on the outer edge just to make the connection with what is on top. And Extreme Burgundy is extremely pigmented, so I'm just gonna blend a tiny bit. So far, no fallout. And then I think it will be really, really pretty to use the shade Astral Pink Moon on top of Divine Dusk. Such a pretty formula and a pretty shade. And I'm gonna put it like right there in the center, very lightly. Because I still want to see the shade Divine Dusk through it. Oh, that's so nice. That's so pretty. Here, can you see the difference? I did not pick up too much, but that's so pretty. What a beautiful topper. Once again, I wish there was another formula like this instead of a gold, but oh, I hope the camera does it justice because this is so gorgeous. Yes. What I see in the mirror over there is a beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. Oh, that's too pretty. Too pretty. Whew. I'm getting hot here. It's so pretty. In the inner corner, I'm gonna use the shade Skin Show Rose Opal. And I actually started. I wonder if it needs some help because right now I'm applying it with a dry brush. And it's okay, but it's not amazing. So let's see. Maybe I need to spray the brush. Let's see now. Yeah, that's better. Not wowed by this particular shade though. Way better when it's wet. Okay, and I'm gonna drag it a tiny bit here too. Okay, has like a nice pink reflect. I'm not sure you can catch that on camera. And I want to add a bit of Astral Pink Moon, just a dab. I'm using her PMGL Ultra Glide Eye Pencil in the shade Shade. It's like a nice taupey brown. You could use a black too if you want. So like something a bit softer. Alright, and I'm going to quickly tight line and put on some mascara, and I'll be right back. Alright, and the eyes are done, and so pretty. I love it. And those colors are just too pretty in that sparkly shade. Love it. Love it, love it. So we're not done with that palette though, because I don't have blush on, as you can tell. So I want to use the shade Naked Blush as a blush, and for this I'm going to use a duo fiber brush. This is a Sigma brush number 15. So I'm just going to do one dab. That's pretty. I think it's nice to use a duo fiber brush because otherwise it might pack a punch, you know, that's the nice shadow after all. But what a pretty color on the cheeks, wow. Okay, all of a sudden I'm back to life here. I was feeling a bit white. A bit on the nose because I like to do that. Right there. Ooh. See? That's too much. Okay. Gotta fix that. Looks like I burned here. Applied too much. There you go. Should I use this as a highlighter? I'm not sure. We can try. I'm using my Sephora Pro number 98. It works. And that is the final look for this first look with the Mothership VIII. It's gorgeous. What do you guys think? I love it. These colors are just beautiful. On my lips, because I started with my lips done, I used the Pat McGrath Labs lip liner in the shade Contour, and then I used the shade Christy that came in that collection as well, but I already had it in this little packaging here. So this is that shade here, which translates a tiny bit darker on the lips. So I just added a tiny bit of Natasha Denona I Need a Nude lipstick in the shade Beatrice, just to make it a tiny bit lighter. And I'm really excited to play more with this palette tomorrow. I'm gonna use my flashlight once again. Look at that. Stunning. Really like the shade Naked Blush as a blush. I think it's really pretty and it looks really nice. As long as you make sure that you're using a dual fiber brush so it's not like too intense and then you will have difficulties to blend it. But yeah, I'm talking way too long, but it's just I love that look. I think it's so pretty. Alright, I'm gonna have fun tonight with my family, celebrating my birthday a bit early. I will see you right away for a second look. Okay, it's my birthday. Woo! I'm 32. Holy, time flies. Okay, let's jump into the second look. And for this, I really want to try that shade, DR Sextra Terrestrial. And I think it would look really good on top of Extreme Burgundy. So what I like to do when I'm hesitating, I like to swatch. So I'm going to take a bit of Extreme Burgundy. I'm going to apply it here. And then I'm going to take DR Sextra Terrestrial. And I'm going to put it on top. Just want to see how this behaves. Yeah, it looks really good. Geez, like that thing is powdery. You don't need to dab too hard. And it goes a long way. Oh my. Look at that. I'm gonna start with Naked Blush once again. I think that's gonna be the favorite shade to start with most of the time with this palette. And of course, you can play with other palettes too. I'll probably do a look like mixing the Divine Rose 1 and 2 together. And also when I do my makeup, I like to have a mirror here and a mirror a bit like a meter far from me. So I can just look and see from afar how it looks like. That color is so pretty on its own for something like for an everyday quick makeup, you know. I'm not gonna put too much of this one because I want to play with Rose Seduction in the crease. We're not gonna place it too close to the eyeballs, but still want to play a bit with it. Hopefully it doesn't tint my skin. So with the same brush, I'm gonna go to Rose Seduction. And I might use Rose Seduction as a blush too because I'm not wearing any blush. So now I'm gonna pick up Rose Seduction with the same brush, and it picks up quite a bit, so just be careful. Start slowly. And I'm gonna place it once again in the crease. I'm gonna lift my chin. It's a very pigmented shade. Yeah, it's fun. Very pretty on top of that naked blush shade. And it's blending really, really well. I'm gonna bring it quite high near the eyebrows. Super fresh actually, very spring-ish. Gonna intensify a tiny bit. I think it's a Morphe R30 brush. And I'm gonna pick up the shade Extreme Burgundy. Okay, that was a light tap. It's blending so well, that shade, that matte is incredible. So let's do another tap. And I'm actually going to apply it all over the mobile lid. Alright, switch brushes. And I'm gonna take a Sonia G Worker Pro, packs a bit more, because I want a dark base to put under VR Sextra Terrestrial. I'm not being overly precise, but it's a tiny bit patchy here, but it might be my concealer because I put my concealer earlier today and I didn't put the Cover FX one. I actually used the Pat McGrath Labs as a base, but I have a feeling the Cover FX works a tiny bit better. Okay, and now with my finger, I'm gonna go to the shade VR Sextra Terrestrial. That's fun trichrome shade. And I'm curious to see how it's gonna look on the eyes. Tiny bit first, I'm not gonna go full on in the pan with it. And I'm gonna place it in the center to start and then we'll see. Oh, that's cool. How fun is that? Okay, I'm gonna apply it all over the mobile lid. And a bit more. Ugh. Look at that, like, and it gives you that natural definition because it shifts from like that green to that fuchsia. And then here, like a lime, bronzy shade, like it's so interesting. I'm gonna take my Worker Pro brush again, use the other side, and just really define that little shape here. That's nice. I'm gonna zoom you even more on this side so you can appreciate the show. And it really like is fusing beautifully on top of that extreme burgundy shade. Wow. From far, I look like a mermaid. Very interesting shade. She should have more. It would have been nice to have like at least 2 trichrome shades, if not 2 ultra sparkly shades, you know. Thank you again for all your lovely comments too on Instagram saying, you know, you're looking forward to see my videos for Pat McGrath Labs. I know I see some of my colleagues and they actually get recognized and they get a bit of attention because of you guys, you know, tagging on her posts, tagging her on mine, and it will help eventually. I hope so, one day. Anyway, the day I'll get PR from Pat McGrath Labs will be a very nice day. Meanwhile, let's keep working on that look here. It looks so cool. So cool. I feel like I want to intensify the crease. Well, let's intensify first with Rose Seduction. It goes really well together, those two shades. Let's pick up Extreme Burgundy, same brush. And I'm gonna focus it in the outer edge. And drag it to the crease too, but mainly here in the outer corner. For extra dimension and no fallout, as long as you tap your brush. On the lower lash line, I'm going to use a Sonia G Builder Pro brush. I think I'm going to go with Naked Blush first. I'm going to go to Extreme Burgundy. Really focus like on the lash line and in the outer corner. Taking a blending brush. Just making sure everything is nice and diffused. Ooh, are we looking mysterious here? In the inner corner, I don't want to steal the show. So I'm just going to use that shade again. Skin Show Rose Opal. And I do that little moon here just to connect the bottom and the top together. I just applied the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide on Eye Pencil in the shade Overdrive, which is a beautiful metallic forest green. I don't know if it's still available. I hope so, because this is perfect with the shade VR Sextra Terrestrial. Gorgeous. I don't know if you can see the nuance here. And yeah, you see I brought that liner a tiny bit here in the corner and just up like to here, and then I stopped, and then I tightlined with a black liner under my lashes. Alright, eyes are done, and it looks so nice. It looks really intense, but at the same time super easy to wear. That shade, Extraterrestrial, is beautiful. It's gorgeous. I think on top of a black shadow it would be really cool too, like for like a super intense smoky eye. But already right now this is something, you know, I could wear this especially in the fall. Like, I think it looks really magical, and it's something special. So let's zoom in. On my lips I used the Nutella shade. It looks so cool. I can't wait for her to create more shades. So fun. Love it. Super mermaid-ish. Okay, now I want to use the shade Rose Seduction as a blush. I think Naked Blush would look really pretty with this, especially with that lip. But I was curious to try it on, so hopefully it's not going to ruin the look. I'm just going to do like a very light dab with a duo fiber brush once again. I'm going to bring it up, very lightly building up the intensity. That's pretty. I could go way more intense, obviously, if you're darker skin tone than me. Just take your time to build up the color, but that's pretty. I like to do this on my hand, just to make sure that there's not like a big chunk on one bristle, and then I end up with a fuchsia beauty mark. Very fresh, you know. And it has a little bit of luminosity in it, so it's not full on matte. I'm gonna finish on the nose, right there. Voila! And that is the second look for the Mothership VIII. I could wear like a super dark lip as well, but we're in the summer right now, so I'm not feeling like it. But in the winter or in the fall, like something dark on the lips would look gorgeous as well. And I really like Rose Seduction in the crease too. Ah, it's so sad when you have to take off a nice look like that. I kept it for a few hours. I hope you don't mind. I kept the mascara on the upper lashes. That way I avoid the mess of like removing the entire makeup and yes. So basically, I haven't used Eleganza Bronze Rose 005 and well, the Gold Lust 001. These three shades here, basically. Not gonna lie, I'm not overly excited to use this one for the next look. So I put the Cover FX concealer and I very lightly dusted my under eye powder. That's the shade Light. It's really nice from Pat McGrath Labs. Let's start with Extreme Burgundy. Why not? And let's see how this works as a transition shade if I very lightly tap onto it. And I'm going to start in the outer corner with it and slowly drag it to the crease. Well, it works. This is a Moda Pro crease brush. It's a pretty shade in the crease too, actually, by itself. I'm losing my voice. Very pretty. Okay, I'm gonna do the same on the other eye. Once again, I'm really impressed by the shade Extreme Burgundy. Like, it's blending so well. So easy to work with, and I think it's a very pretty shade. Just like this, honestly. Like, this is so nice. Now I'm gonna go on to the shade Eleganza, and I'm gonna go with a finger. Very pretty shade. Place it in the center of the lid. Oh, that's super pretty. Wow, this, if you have a bit of green in your eyes, once again, oh, so pretty. I think it will look good on every color. Don't mind me right now because I have a tiny bit of green, makes it pop, you know? I think it's really pretty like that. Very soft. Like, I could just leave it like that and do maybe something on the lower lash line and call it a day because this is so pretty. But we need to work a bit harder, right? So, I really like it like this. Super soft. And I'm gonna go to the Bronze Rose 005. This one. This is Sigma E25. And I'm slightly dusted in the inner third on top of Eleganza. Well, the change is very subtle, but it brings that peachy tone to that Lila to warm it up. It's pretty. I kind of want to use Astral Pink Moon again for this look and place it in the center. Such a beautiful shade. Ugh, love that. It's very subtle, but well, I'll show you with my flashlight or in the daylight. Let's place a little bit in the inner corner. I'm going to intensify a tiny bit the outer corner with Extreme Burgundy. And all these shades pair so beautifully together. Just make sure the edges are blended. Okay, on the lower lash line, I'm gonna go with Extreme Burgundy. And let's put a touch of that Gold Lust 001 in the center. Well, I'm gonna intensify again with Extreme Burgundy. I don't like that gold for that look, sorry guys. Right now I really don't feel like red gold here. Okay, and I'm gonna place Eleganza right there. That gold is stubborn, it still shows up. Okay, let's see. Bronze Rose 005. I kind of want just to add a tiny bit right there and right there. We're playing right now, guys. I'm just trying to balance that gold. That is still showing up. There you go. All right, eyes are done. Turned out really pretty. I don't know if it's very similar to the first look I did. The shades are different, a little bit softer maybe. On my lips, on top of what I had left of the Donatella, I used the lip gloss Divine Rose. I already had that one too, so I didn't purchase it again. It's a very pretty formula, a pretty color, something a bit shiny for this look. And then in the waterline, I used the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Underground, which is like a nice like metallic taupe, so something a bit soft. For now, I kind of want to try the shade Bronze Rose 005 as a blush topper. So let's see that. It might ruin the look, hopefully not. But let's go into that shade. Very lightly. Does it do anything? I don't have the feeling it's doing much. Let's have a bit more. There you go. Oh yeah, I see it. Makes the cheeks a tiny bit more golden. But it's very subtle. And that is the final look. What do you guys think? Which one is your favorite? It's very pretty too. Let's put the flashlight on. Alright, so we played and we created 3 looks. Now it's time to do some comparison swatches. So I'm gonna get all my Pat McGrath Labs palettes out. I don't have the La Vie en Rose one, but I think it's Alisa, Kinky Sweat, she compared it to the palette already, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, let's do that. Quickly, I'm going to compare the Divine Rose 2 to the Natasha Denona Lila palette and Sunrise palette, just because there are some similarities. I haven't played with that one for a long time actually, and it's a pretty one. Here, I'm just gonna show them next to each other, and we have some similarities with a bright pink and maybe Eleganza. Sunrise palette. Let's swatch Rose Seduction from Pat McGrath Labs, and then I'm gonna swatch in the Lila palette the shade Magentic. They're close. Rose Seduction has a little bit more blue. I'm gonna also swatch Pure Pure, but this is a duochrome, so it will be a bit different. Pure Pure. In the Sunrise palette, I'm gonna swatch Glory, but Glory is like a matte shade, but just for maybe undertone. Still don't have anything very close to this shade. And then I'm gonna swatch Eleganza, Divine Rose 2, Livid from the Lila palette. Ooh, way darker, wow. AVO, ah, it's actually closer. Aster from the Sunrise palette, which might be closer. So Aster has a little blue shift. And for cakes, I'm gonna swatch Divine Dusk, Awakening from the Sunrise palette. Similar tones, but more duochromes in the Natasha Denona palette. And now let's jump onto all my Pat McGrath Labs palettes and have some fun. It's gonna take some time. That's gonna be a lot, but that's okay. So first of all, I'm gonna compare the Divine Rose 1 with the Divine Rose 2. So when you look at them, I'm sorry, now they both look really messy. They complement each other really well, I think. Eleganza with, why not, in the same palette, Divine Dusk, because some of you may think that they're like similar. Divine Dusk is warmer and has a bit of bronze in it. Let's do Lovelace. This little guy right here, and maybe this one too, which is Rose Dusk. Lovelace, I love that shade. I think it would be maybe closer to this one, but more taupe. Yeah, beautiful too. Rose Dusk, it's more like a satin finish. Yeah, finish is different, and it's more like a, almost like a rosewood, I would say. I'm going to compare Bronze Roses 005, DR Rose Venus from the Divine Rose 1. Well, this one is duochrome and is more peachy. This one has maybe a bit more orange in it. Well, let's compare Astral Pink Moon. I love that shade, I think it's so gorgeous. Let's compare it with Astral Solstice, which is also in Midnight Sun. And I believe it's more like a cool tone shade. It's similar formula. Ugh. Oh yeah, she should have put like another like formula like this instead of that Gold Lust 001. So beautiful. Skin Show Rose Opal, which I'm like not like super excited about either. I would have preferred another shade. Oh well. It has its purpose for the inner corner. This one with Iridescent Pink 003 has that pink shift, which I'm not sure if you can see. So this one's a tiny bit more peachy. But this is not my favorite formula of hers, to be honest. Let's grab Midnight Sun. They look really different. Here is the gold, which is called Jubilee, and the Midnight Sun. And this is Gold Lust 001, way more yellow, I think, from the Divine Rose 2. Yeah, not exactly the same finish either. Blood Moon 005, which is lovely too. It's a beautiful tangerine sparkly shade. I'm just gonna swatch it here. It's close to Bronze Rose 005 actually. Not the same formula, but not far from each other. This one is way more shiny from the Midnight Sun. Skin Show Moon Glow next to these ones here. I think it's more shiny than these other two here. So this, if you're fair, like it could be a very pretty highlighter actually. VR Sextra Terrestrial. And there's that green, which is not at all trichrome, but well, it's called Wicked Envy, and I think they would look really pretty together. But yeah, I'm gonna say, Joe, what are you swatching those next to each other? Because when you do this, look, see? They will look great together actually. So I think that's all for the Midnight Sun. Okay, then quickly I'm gonna compare it to the Decadence one. I know a lot of you don't have it, so I don't wanna spend too much time on it. I'm just gonna compare the golds because they look pretty similar. Gold Standard. Close, but this one is still more orangey. And now let's look at Inferno. Looks pretty close to Bronze 005. I'm gonna miss some room here, but I'm gonna put it here. Oh, yeah. This was closer to that shade actually, wow. So yeah, it's way closer to the shade Divine Dusk. Let's swatch Divine Dusk next to it again. Divine Dusk is a tiny bit more pink. Well, I guess we could compare the burgundy shade, so let's do it on the other arm. Extreme Burgundy with Blue Blood. Okay, it's not the same formula, but it could work together. Blue Blood, I always love that shade. I think it's so impressive how pigmented it is. It's more of a satin shade too. It's not matte, but kind of the same vibe. It's gonna be a long video. Mothership VIII, Bronze Seduction. Well, I feel like I should compare, of course, Extreme Aubergine and Extreme Burgundy because they look same family, but Extreme Aubergine looks darker. But let's swatch it anyway. Feels so soft, those mattes too. It's incredible. So let's put it on that side. Way darker. Not as much red in it. Could almost pass for a black. Then we have a beautiful shade that I love, Astral Luna Gold. Love that one. I don't think like it's the same at all, but let's put it right there. Oop. So pretty. I love this formula. Ugh, so beautiful. Let's swatch VR Fire Opal. My mom sent me flowers from France. She's so cute because it's my birthday today, and wow. So I just had to go get them downstairs. Alright, what was I doing? Swatched. I'm out of breath. Astral Luna Gold, which is beautiful. No, I swatched VR Fire Opal. This one, which has a green shift, but has nothing to do with it. It's not going to be the same formula at all, that's the thing. But let's swatch Rose Gold 005, which I love, which is like sparkly, with Bronze Rosé 005. Nothing at all to do. They don't look similar at all. Let's do Rose Seduction. Let's do it here because I'm not going to have a lot to swatch to compare with Blitz Flame, which is way more red orangey, and more metallic and duochrome. Not much in common. Okay, did I swatch Skin Show Divine Glow? A bit more gold. Let's do Bronze Blaze. That's Bronze 005 here. So quite different as well, and Bronze Blaze has a bit of like lime glitters in it. So here you have Eleganza from the Mothership VIII, but there's not much in common, so I'm not going to spend too much time. Eleganza, and then you have Lilac Dusk, and we have VR Violet. Same family, they could look good together, but nothing crazy in common. Mothership VIII Sublime was the first palette I bought from Pat McGrath Labs. Okay, so they could complete each other beautifully actually. Blitz Emerald would look so beautiful paired with Sextra Terrestrial. I'm just gonna swatch it next to it. We know it's not the same, but they will look good together. I'm gonna swatch it here. I still think this one looks better, but yeah, there you go. Divine Dusk from Divine Rose 2 and Rose Dusk. Ooh, okay. Not exactly the same finish. Divine Dusk has more glitters in it, but they look really, really good together, and it looks good with this one too. Bronze 005, more bronzy, copper toned. Okay, and that's Bronze 005 right here too. Mothership VIII, Subversive. They could be fun together actually. Well, let's swatch again VR Sextra Terrestrial. This is too much fun. Let's put it here. And let's swatch Night Creatures, that purple one. Quite different. Gigabyte. It's beautiful actually, that shade. Should play more with it. And not the same shade of green at all in the shift. DR Pink, which has a peachy duochrome here. Okay. Have the same vibe, but different, you know. Okay, I have some minis. So let's see. I think someone asked me to compare the bronzy shades here. Okay, maybe the two first ones on the left. So this one is the Mothership Sublime Bronze Ambition. I created a look recently with this one. Okay, so let's compare. Oh my arms are so busy. Let's do it maybe on the front here. I don't know. Let's do it on the front. So let's compare Bronze Rosé 005 with Copperized. So these two look close. That's pretty much it for this palette. Platinum Bronze. Yeah, that Ritualistic looks pretty close to Eleganza, the one in the middle. I don't even know where's Eleganza anymore. So let's swatch Eleganza again. Are you getting tired? Did you get some popcorn? I should have warned you at the beginning. Okay, so Eleganza, way more taupe, I think, but let's do it anyway. Oh yeah, nah, not close at all. Oh, let's do Deep Violet. And once again, this is the shade from the Divine Rose palette. Divine Rose 2, sorry. No, this one still has more red in it. What was I saying? My camera interrupted us. Yeah, I never played with the Star Wars palettes. And they actually look really fun to pair with the Divine Rose 2. So I'm going to show you the shades. That's a Galactic Gold. There's nothing like super similar. And then let's look at Dark Galaxy. This one, I think, out of the two. Awesome paired with Divine Rose 2. That would be gorgeous. And I still haven't swatched it. I'm gonna do it for you guys. So I'm keeping those. That's it. It's decided. Okay, Eleganza is right here. So I'm gonna compare it with the shade Odyssey. Okay, so Eleganza and Odyssey. Ah, not too far, not too far. Venomous Void. Okay. A bit lighter, but not too far. A bit more blue in it. Saturnalia. Looks like a sparkly strawberry shade. Ooh. Looks actually similar to one that is in Decadence, or like, oh no, in Bronze Seduction actually. So once again, I have nothing pink like that. And for cakes, let's swatch Cosmic. I don't think they're similar, but let's do it right here. Yeah, it's like a duochrome. So no, that's different. But okay, I need to play with that palette. Let's see what it's Astral Quad, Iconic Illumination. So let's swatch Bronze Rosé 005 once again. And Bronze Gold 003. They're close. Tiny bit cooler tone. Astral Pink Moon with this little guy right here. Yeah, quite similar, hey? This one from the quad is a tiny bit more like a cooler tone, but they're like pretty similar. Love that formula. I was so glad she had some of these in those quads. Those quads are great. I think she should do more. Ritualistic Rose. A gorgeous quad too. That would look beautiful paired with this one. So this is Rose Quartz from the quad, and these are the shades from the palette. And then there's a beautiful bronze shade, Beyond Bronze 003. Well, that is all for comparison swatches with my other Pat McGrath Labs palettes. But we're looking pretty crazy here. Hey, Pat, can you tell that I like your eyeshadow palettes? I look crazy. So, and my camera is dying, overheating. So, first impressions, I think it's a beautiful palette. Surprise, surprise. I found like the launch situation, it's not good. It's not good. It's too much teasing, you know, for especially for international customers. I find it sucked that their order got cancelled because their credit cards are not American credit cards. You know, it sucks. I didn't need to purchase the other one. I didn't need to purchase the bundle, but I had to at the end if I wanted the rose gold packaging. So the situation, they need to work on that. Now the customer service, I sent them an email and I told them, okay, this is what happened, and my code did not work, and I waited like more than 10 days to receive my express shipping package. So they actually reimbursed me, or they say they will. I need to check it, that they actually did, but 10%, because I was supposed to have 10% off with the code. So they answer, they're working on it, so I appreciate that. I wish we had something different for this shade and something different for this shade. I'm not a huge fan of this one. It's okay, but I think for Pat McGrath, like it has to be better than this. And then the gold is a beautiful gold if you like gold, but well, first of all, I already have the single one, but I know not everybody does. I'm not a huge fan of this shade paired with the rest of them here. So that's my own taste. I know Mel Thompson talked about it as well, and I totally second that. But otherwise, beautiful, a lot of fun. I really like this shade as a blush. I think this one is really pretty too. No problem at all in the crease. When I took off my makeup, I didn't have any tinted lid or anything like this. So this shade is gorgeous. I'm looking forward to see more from her like this. Once again, indie brands, yeah, they've done it before, but it's fun to see it in a Pat McGrath Labs palette. Packaging, well, she should just, you know, when it's like a special theme, like Divine Rose or whatever, like, and you're gonna do a special package, I don't know if it costs way more money to produce. I can't speak for them, but maybe just do all of them like this. If it's the same price at the end, you're selling it for the same price. That is all, my friends, for today's video. It was a long one. If you stick around till the end, thank you. And well, I'm gonna wash my arms. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what kind of looks you want me to create, which palette you want me to pair it with. Obviously, I will pair it with Divine Rose 1. So let me know down below what you want to see, what are your thoughts, share your experience with me. Have a great one, take care, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.